Hello, I'm Joe Walensky from WritersUA, meeting with some of the many presenters who will be at our Palm Springs event coming up very soon in March. Today I am talking with Andrew Becraft. Hello, Andrew.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Where are you speaking to us from today?
I am speaking from our brand new office on the Seattle waterfront. I'm looking at a ferry coming and going and just enjoying the view.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to getting over there and checking that out. If you're not familiar with
Absolutely.
Andrew, he's the Senior Manager for User Experience at Author Software Corporation, where he is leading the front end design and development team in Seattle. And Andrew's topic at the conference is techniques for maximizing content reuse. So give us an idea of what you're going to talk about, Andrew.
Yeah, I've used a lot of tools and techniques over the last, 15, 16, 17 years that I've been in tech pubs and UA, and ranging from everything from FrameMaker to XML to, of course, AuthorIt. And regardless of what kind of tool you're using, the one of the great things you can do is ensure consistency and reduce maintenance costs and localization costs too, of course, by reusing bits and pieces of your content, whether that's at the topic level or all the way down at the little tiny snippet level. What I'm really going to focus on in this session is examining the value that each of those levels of reuse brings, both from a cost savings perspective as well as from a maintenance perspective. So you can go all the way down to, you could theoretically store individual characters, have 26 reusable snippets and pull all of that together, but that would be kind of stupid. But in looking at various implementations of tools over the years, I've also seen just about nearly inane implementations of reuse that go so down deeply that it's really impossible to maintain. And at the other end of the spectrum, absolutely no reuse at all, or at best reusing a whole chapter and calling that reuse when you output that same introduction chapter to multiple outputs. That's not really reuse either. So I'll talk about best practices I've learned across tools from FrameMaker to various XML schemas to AuthorIt, and really look at what the best way is of reusing content so that you're able to get the best results.
Have you noticed over the last few years whether there's anything changing or new ways people are thinking about reuse or new challenges that maybe weren't there 10 years ago? This is certainly a topic that we've talked about for a good 15 years
Yeah,
now, and
yeah.
so I was wondering if there's anything trended or emphasized.
Yeah, absolutely. 10, 15 years ago, the big buzzword was single sourcing. And I think that people are starting to realize that single sourcing to multiple outputs is not the same thing as reuse. And looking at the tool landscape and the way that that's changed over the last, I would say even 5 or 6 years, and the increasing adoption of data XML and the practices that go along with that as a content model, that's one of the key things that I've certainly observed, where data is driving awareness of reuse in ways that other tools like FrameMaker, for example, weren't really able to do, even though the system had those capabilities. You can do text insets and reuse bits and pieces of information with variables in FrameMaker, but the conversation has really changed from an exclusive focus on single sourcing to much more complex and conditionalized, parameterized reuse. And I think that that's a great shift where we can talk about both single sourcing and reuse rather than just lumping it all together and calling it one big thing and not really understanding what we're talking about as an industry.
All right, great. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk with us about this, and we'll see you in just a couple of months in Palm Springs.
Looking forward to it.
All right, thanks, Andrew.
Thanks.